Hey, 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 what's up,
Hey,
everybody?
we are here on this beautiful Saturday.
Oh, it is so pretty
Fall.
outside.
Oh my
Man.
goodness, like the temperature, the leaves, and just the what do you
Mm.
say, the boots, the
Listen.
camel colors,
The snow
olive,
The
in
leather
snow,
Henderson.
the fake snow,
Jeez.
y'all.
Leather
Y'all,
jackets.
fake snow.
I was excited about
USA,
that.
fake snow.
I wanted you to talk about that, but I don't want you to talk about it
But you
now.
know what? The machine was awesome. It was fake. I mean, but yes, Henderson last night had their downtown open house Christmas. So all the boutiques and the businesses stayed open
That's awesome.
longer, and it was just a nice experience. I mean, they had, like I said, the fake snow. Each businesses had either refreshments, wine, water. It was awesome. You got to meet the owners of the businesses,
Yes.
so I enjoyed
Cool.
it.
That's cool. Man, I was excited. Listen, I was excited about the snow. I was like, what? It's snowing in Henderson? I started to say
It's fake, y'all. It's fake.
Oh,
It
mercy.
was fake.
But that's awesome though.
But yeah,
They're
it was
getting us
fun.
ready
The kids
for
loved it.
the
And,
holidays.
the
So
Christmas trees and pictures. It was really nice.
yeah.
Hmm.
It looked nice.
Yeah,
So I'm looking forward to all of that. Like if
I
you are
know.
opening up or if you are having any events for the holidays, let us know so we can come by and support you because that's what we do.
Definitely, because
Yay.
Burkeville Christmas is coming up. I
Yes.
believe that's November
18th.
18th. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
that's
love
going
Burkeville
on
Christmas.
as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yes, I think this Christmas is going to be special for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're back
Mhm.
out open,
Mm-hmm.
doing things and being with family and friends.
Yes.
So yeah, let us know how you plan to spend your holiday, your
Absolutely.
Thanksgiving, Christmas. Let us know.
All of that. And any
Yeah.
Black Friday deals that you want to
Yes.
promote,
Ooh,
let us
yeah.
know so we could put that out there for y'all. Because,
Definitely.
yeah, we want to help promote as much as we possibly can, especially this season because
Yes. I feel like
everybody's
it's
ready to
gonna
spend
be-
money.
Yes. People are gonna be
Socialize.
shopping,
Yes.
Definitely.
For sure.
I think in the stores more this year.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
People still do stuff online, but I think it's
Mhm.
just the getting out,
Being
amongst
outside the
Mhm.
house. Yes.
Yeah.
Being with family and enjoying
Yes.
everybody. So, yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. But stay safe.
Yes,
Wear your
stay
mask
safe.
if you need to. You know, it's
Yes.
recommended that you do, but yeah,
Yes.
just be safe and be careful with that.
Definitely. Well,
Who do we have?
in the studio with us today. She's a local photographer, Miss Jamie Goode of JME Studios here in
Yay!
Tyler, Texas. She is here to talk about her business, her brand, and just share her story on how she got started as a photographer. And
Absolutely.
it's an amazing story. We got bits and pieces of it, but guess what? Y'all get the whole meal.
The whole meal.
All of it, the meat and the
The
potatoes.
sass.
So,
A little dessert on the side.
So,
she
yes, y'all
also
welcome
is the
her.
winner of Best in Town in Tyler. So congratulations.
Yay!
Thank you.
Yes. So,
That was exciting.
Yes, I
It
bet
was
it
a
was.
shock. Very
yes.
exciting shock, but yeah. Wasn't expecting it at all. Had no idea I was even nominated. A friend of mine just let me know that, hey, you're nominated for something. I was like, what? What am I nominated for? And they're like, and then when I seen it, I was like, whoa. And when I seen the list of photographers on there, there's some amazing photographers.
So, how many photographers were on there?
I think I know at least 30 or more on the list that had just
Wow.
been nominated, and it was an honor to be nominated. And then when I found out I
Mhm.
was in the top 3, that was like brought tears to my eyes. And then when they announced the winner, I bawled like a little baby.
Oh my
I
goodness!
did. I was,
yeah.
I
can
I
imagine.
told my husband it was happy tears. It was happy tears, but yeah, I was pretty excited.
That's incredible.
It was amazing, an amazing honor because
Yes.
the people voted,
Mm-hmm.
and that meant a lot.
That
to have it.
does.
Yes,
Yeah.
When you're
Yes.
recognized by your community,
Mhm.
that does mean
Yeah,
a lot.
loved it. Loved it.
So tell us a little bit about how you got started because you didn't just jump into this as Tyler's best photographer.
No, it's been a long time coming, I guess.
Yeah, so tell us about your journey and how long you've been doing photography.
Well, I've actually been a photographer for probably over 20 years. My
Wow.
mom gave me my first camera when I was a little girl.
Mhm.
I kind of played around with those little cameras, the little toy ones.
Mm-hmm.
Took pictures of dirt and bugs and toys and stuff. And And then as I got older, I kind of I lost my mom when I was young, so I kind of put one down. But when I got a little older, I picked one up. I think it was like a Valentine gift from an ex or something like that, or family member. I don't remember. And I just took pictures of my kids. I had kids
Right.
and stuff. And the next thing you know, the doctor's office I was working at, the receptionist like, "Hey, I have a 2-year-old. Will you take pictures of my daughter?" Okay. And then they loved it. And then there was a local nurse inside the doctor's office. She's like, "Hey, my son's getting married next month. You want to do his wedding?" I was like, "Whoa."
Hold up.
So I did my first wedding. And then next thing you know, within like, I think 2 weeks, I had business cards. Within a month, I had a website. And
Wow.
it just, I had an old name at the time. And then it was so big, it was hard for a website and stuff. So I changed
Mhm.
that. And, I used to take pictures of all my kids' events and my oldest son, he's a jock. He played the high school football and basketball and everything. And all my kids played soccer. So I took pictures of everything. And then, of course, next thing you know, people are like, "Hey, will you come do a birthday party and a wedding and
Mhm.
all this stuff?" So it was great. I mean, I just kind of, it blossomed from there. It just
Wow.
grew. It
That's
was
awesome.
Being in
it
the
was
right
great.
place at the right time.
Yes.
Yes.
Literally.
And a camera in my hand. I
Yeah.
literally was that stay-at-home mom with a camera. I mean, I had a job, but that
Yeah.
stay-at-home
Mhm.
quote that they always say. But yeah, I mean, that's where it started. And then, my passion from being a little girl, from watching my mom do her hair and makeup. And then
Uh-huh.
that whole thing, I lost her when I was 12. So I remember
Oh.
all those things of being that little girl, just sitting there watching her do her makeup and her hair and putting her jewelry on. And that's what put me to where I'm at today.
Mhm.
As I'm older, my kids are older now. I have grandkids. It's kind of one of those things of, my goal is to reach every woman. I'll start with Smith County, and then I'll go from there, East Texas, and then all of Texas, and keep going. But
Mhm.
I want to reach every woman. I want them to know they are beautiful, no matter what. It doesn't
Absolutely.
matter,
Absolutely.
Right.
your size, your color, your age. It doesn't matter to me. Every woman's beautiful, and they need to know that. And I want
Mhm.
to show them that. So when they come into my studio, I want to give them an experience of being pampered in the full hair, makeup, jewelry, wardrobe. They get served wine or champagne and
Oh, that's
chocolate.
that's
Oh,
Oh, it's
incredible.
so
fun.
it's about creating an experience.
Yes,
Yes.
and that's what
Yes.
they're coming into. And then when they leave, their confidence is through the moon. I mean, they're
Mhm.
just, I had a lady not too long ago, a few weeks ago, come in there, and she left. She couldn't stop smiling.
Oh.
And I kept telling her, I was like, "Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful." And she's like, "I never put makeup on. I never do my hair. I don't
Oh my
feel
And it's
goodness.
beautiful."
the little things
Yeah. And
that
it's
you
like,
do.
you don't have to have the hair and makeup to feel beautiful,
Right.
but it helps. It helps build that confidence. And that's what I want to
Yes.
give. I want to give them that experience. And
Mhm.
and then of course, they come back in a couple of weeks and they get their reveal and they see their prints on the wall and they're like, "Whoa, that's me." So yeah, that's my drive.
Oh, so
That's
you
what
say
pushes me.
reveal.
Mhm.
So can they like invite people to come
Well,
to their
for
reveal, or
for
is it
their
just for
this
them?
is their personal
Their
reveal, because
personal?
it
Okay.
depends, because we
Okay.
also do boudoir and things like that. So
Right.
it depends on the shoot, but typically I always tell the woman to come in by herself or bring her husband.
Okay.
Because they're the ones that are going to go through and look at the images on the wall, because we do matted prints. They get a folio box, and then they choose the prints that they want, and they put those
Okay.
in the box and they take those with them. Um, but there's a special something we're going to be launching here really soon. We're going to announce that'll be part of something where they'll be to bring friends and family and loved ones with. So I'm excited about that.
That's awesome.
Oh
That's coming
yes.
soon.
Ah,
I love
yes.
that. Let's talk about your grand opening. That is
Yes.
really big, and it's November 18th.
November 18th.
In a couple
Yes.
weeks.
Yeah. 2 weeks. I'm
So
excited. Yeah.
y'all have a lot
A
that will be going
lot.
on that day.
Yeah.
So let our viewers know what's going on.
Well, it's going to be November 18th. 4 o'clock is my ribbon cutting. We'll have the chamber out there and a bunch of people coming. We're also going to be setting up vendors, and they're going to be setting up in the parking lots next to, there's going to be Brick and Bree Bridal, My Studio, Brady's Coffee, Lottie Doll, Floral. So all them people are going to be out there too, and their business is going to stay open late. Vendors are going to be there, set up in the parking lots, and food trucks. There's a clothing truck, all kinds of stuff. So the ribbon cutting's at 4. The grand opening for the studio is from 5 to 8, and the
Okay.
event's from 5 to 8. So it's all kind of mixed together. So it's in the Azalea district off of Rusk Street, and we want people to just come out. walk out there, walk by. We're going to have live music from Billy Joe and Matt Fisher. Super excited about that. So come out, bring a lawn chair, sit out in the parking lot, listen to the music, do some local shopping, early Christmas shopping. That's going to be fun.
Everybody loves to shop.
Oh yeah, and there's all the businesses that are going to be open are going to have some special giveaways and special sales. I know Brook and Bree has a big sale they're doing. So if you're getting married, go check them out.
And prom.
Yeah, prom.
Prom is coming.
Yeah, that's coming up too. Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
right around the corner.
Prom and I guess Valentine's Day dances.
Yep. So they've got a lot of beautiful dresses. Come check out Brady's and try some of his coffee. He's been there 25 years.
I've heard
Great
the
coffee.
is good. I've never
It
had it. So I'm
you'll
gonna
have to
go by
come.
there.
Yes, it's good. I know Lottie Doll's going to be open. They're going to have some special deals. They do an amazing job with weddings and stuff.
I've
Oh,
seen their floral designs and they
I've
are
got some of their
beautiful.
arrangements I put in my
Really?
studio weekly, me and Brook and Bree, and we
Wow.
love the smell. You walk into their floral shop and it's just amazing.
Oh, I can imagine.
It smells so good. And in the studio, I'm actually having there's going to be some door prizes. You get a ticket when you come in, and we're going to be giving 3 giveaways: a small one, a medium one, and a really big special one. There's some little secret surprises we're going to be having, so come out, check out the studio. I've completely renovated it, and ladies, I did this all myself. My husband, bless his heart, he hung up all the chandeliers for me, but all the painting, all the construction, all of the hard physical labor, I've done all myself. I put my heart and soul and
Listen.
sweat and tears and a little blood.
Definition of women owned. Listen,
Yes.
women owned business.
Yes.
I had a goal in mind, and that's where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do it.
What kept you going? Like, what kept you inspired? What kept pushing you to complete this project? That's a big task.
Yeah, by yourself.
Yeah.
at
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And then the sad part is I had a wreck in July, and that put me on hold for 2 months, and I'm still recovering from
Oh,
that.
my
So
goodness.
things have been this grand opening got pushed back because I wanted it to be in August, so everything got pushed back. But my goal, I want them women in there. I want you ladies to come see me. I
Yeah.
want to show you. I want you to see yourself the way I see you, because, like I said, in my heart, I feel like I will get emotional. So emotional. I just feel like, you're beautiful.
Mhm.
You've got moms and you've got
Mhm.
wives, and they take care of their families and their kids, and they do everything for everybody else's. The nurses,
Yeah.
that are taking care of all the patients. You've got business women running their own businesses. They forget about themselves.
Right.
They do.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
when you do that, you get lost, and you just, whether you've gained 10 pounds or you've got gray hair, who cares? You're still
Mhm.
beautiful.
Mhm.
Come see me. I will make you forget
Yes.
about that gray hair and that
Yes.
10 pounds. I
Yes.
promise you.
Listen, that
I know,
COVID weight.
Exactly. Like a lot of us
It's
put that on.
horrible, but it happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want everybody to come in there and let me show you the experience that when you walk out, not only do you get a beautiful image of yourself, but you also have confidence again.
Mhm.
And you find the love for yourself again,
I
and it's
love
one
that.
thing when
I
your
do
husband loves you or
too.
your family loves you, but you got to love yourself.
Yes.
And I had to find that myself.
Yeah.
I told y'all I
Absolutely.
had surgery and I lost some weight, and I was depressed. I was miserable. It was all about everything else and everybody else, and I forgot about myself too.
You do.
And I found
Mhm.
myself, and this is my passion now. This is my goal. Is I want to reach you ladies. I want you all to
Mhm.
come see me.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. I just love the vision and the meaning behind it
Mhm.
because like you said, you have to forget about
Yeah.
Mhm.
and just the little things as far as going to have coffee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
Grab
yeah.
a couple of
grab-
girlfriends and have
yeah, just-
lunch.
Yeah.
It's the
You
small
need
stuff.
that.
Mhm.
Definitely.
And now that everything is kind of open now, and you don't have that many restrictions, just being
Yes.
able to enjoy life by yourself.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because we do so much for so
Mhm.
many people,
Yep.
that's an added self-care
Yes.
moment.
And
Take pictures.
it's one day. It's one
Yeah.
day. You get pampered all day long. It's a
Mhm.
full experience. Hair, makeup. I have full
love
studio
that.
jewelry,
Oh, man.
wardrobe. Wine, champagne. If you like champagne, chocolate.
Wow.
I serve it all.
Ah,
And
God,
then I treat you like a celebrity with this photo shoot. I mean, you are the star of the show.
that's amazing.
Wow.
And part of the studio, and ladies, y'all are gonna love this. But part of the studio is I have a special dressing room that I've designed just for the ladies, and it's just for my glamour ladies. So no men and no children use this dressing room. These are for my ladies. But when you come in and you walk into this room, you feel like a superstar, like a celebrity. It's sparkly, glittered walls,
We definitely wanna
chandelier.
come take a tour
It's
Yes.
beautiful.
and
And
do some
then
video.
I get the ladies
Yes.
to autograph the door. So you
Love
leave
it.
your mark
Oh yeah.
with
Oh, that's
me.
awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
we
y'all
gotta
definitely got to
capture
come.
that.
You gotta come take a tour.
It's fun. You'd
Oh,
love
I
it. Yeah.
love it.
And I have a surprise for y'all. I'm giving both y'all a voucher to come have the experience of your own.
What?
So
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
yeah. So
Thank you so much.
yeah. So I want y'all both to experience it
Wow.
yourself.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
down.
Oh,
Yay!
I'm so
you.
listen. My
Awesome.
birthday is coming up.
Look,
So happy
so is
birthday to
mine.
you
My
and happy.
40th.
Oh
So
yes, I love that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
gosh.
I'm
Absolutely.
43, so you know what? My 40s have been probably better than my 20s were.
I'm looking
I'm
forward
happier.
to it. People start to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
be like, oh, I don't want to start. Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, it's
Like,
look.
Look, I haven't made it there yet,
Look,
but
I have
I'm
learned to embrace every
Yes.
age because you don't know when
Mhm.
it's your last.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And
you
enjoy
have to
it.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. Don't be.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm 40. No, you're
Yeah.
40. Look where you've come from.
Look what
how
you have
far you've
accomplished.
come.
Exactly.
Yes.
And the
Exactly.
thing is that you don't really get to where you're supposed to be is till usually after your
Yeah.
40s.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. And if you've got any kind of success or happiness, or you've achieved anything in your life by the time you're 40, you've done something.
Yeah.
You've truly done something.
definitely.
I've got 4 grown kids, I've got 9 grandkids, and now I've got this business. I'm happy.
Ah, I
I
love
like
it.
If I died tomorrow, I'd be a happy person.
Come on.
And I got the best
Yes.
husband in the world. I'll just put that out there. I do have the best
Yes.
husband
Shout out
in
to
the
the
world.
hubby.
Yes.
We love it. We love it.
Wow, I love that. So how can our viewers reach out to you, book you for that experience? And
Well, the studio is actually called JME Studios. I know people are always like it's JME because it's initials, but
I did say that, and I was
it's
sitting here
yeah.
thinking, I was like, it's probably Jamie.
It is my name.
Jamie.
It is my name, the J and then me, Jamie. So you can come to the studio. I'm not there all the time because it's usually appointment only. Because if I have a client, I lock the doors, and that day is their day. I want to give them their own time. But I have a website. It's www.jamestudios.com, and that's JME Studios. You can email me portraits at jamestudios.com. You can message me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. I'm on them all.
Nice.
Yeah, so you can check me out anywhere. You can call me. If you see my business card, call my cell. You can text me. I always answer a text message. Those will be answered faster than a phone call. But
look, that's me.
I'm constantly busy, and my husband's like, "Honey, what are you doing?" I'm like, he's like, "It's 9 o'clock. I've got to work. I gotta work. I gotta answer this
Listen,
message."
at least he understands.
He does. He's very supportive.
Yes.
I have to give props to my husband because this whole goal of mine, and he's seen it, because this started in our apartment, in my living room. I turned my living room into a studio
Wow.
last year, and this is what I did for like 6 months until I finally got the studio. And my husband was so supportive. He helped me set everything up. He would go ride his bike during the day when I had the shoots with the ladies, and he would come back and help set up. He even did behind the scenes videos and pictures for me.
Wow.
He, that man really he's my biggest fan. He really is my biggest fan.
See that? That gives me
Yes,
hope.
there is. There are good ones out there. I promise
gives me
you.
hope.
I promise you. Yeah. So I give props to my husband. He's been very supportive. He's never complained. He works all day. He'll come to the studio after work and help me, whether it's hanging a chandelier. I'm like, honey, I bought another chandelier. And he's like, okay. And he'll come and he'll put it up for me. But it's if you don't have that good support system, it doesn't make the trip as fun.
That is so true.
The whole experience for me has been fun, even though it was hard work. Now, don't get me wrong, it was a lot of hard work, but it's been fun because I had that support and that love, and that that you can do it. You can do it. You got this. Nobody can do this but you. You got it, So that really helped, with my goal. You said what drove me. My husband drove me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That is
Yeah, so
very much so.
that was that's a special thing for me, I guess.
Well,
That's beautiful. I love it.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you want to share with our
Well,
viewers?
you know what? We have the event November 18th,
Mhm.
4 o'clock for the ribbon cutting, 5 to 8 for the event. Come out, bring a lawn chair, sit, enjoy music, do some holiday shopping.
Address.
Um,
Let 'em know the address.
304 West Rusk Street. We are across from Brady's Coffee next to, I am right between Brook and Bree Bridal and Lottie Da Floral. So you can't miss me. If you know where Brick Street Pharmacy is, we're all right there.
I gotcha.
So it's easy to
Yes.
find. But I do have a little announcement. So I will be launching a campaign starting December 1st. It's going to be called the 40 Over 40 Ageless Beauty campaign. This campaign is going to be special to any woman over the age of 40. 40 and up. I don't care if she's 40, if she's 50, 60, 90. You give me 99.
Listen, these 90-year-olds are
look,
outdoing us.
I'm telling you, I have seen some women that I'm like, man, come see me. Please, I want to photograph you.
Yes.
But
aging very gracefully.
This campaign is going to be a special interview with the lady. Why are you doing this type of thing?
Mm-hmm.
And it's all going to be focused on them and their story, because women over 40 is there's a bigger population of women over 40 than there are women under 40. And I feel like they need to be remembered. They need to be noticed. They need to be appreciated.
Sure.
Look, you're not forgotten just because you're older. So I want to make that known to everyone, and I want them to come in and experience the full experience. And then at the end of it, once I get my 40 women, because I'm going to do 40, then however long it takes me to get that, sometimes it takes 6 months, sometimes a year, but at the end of it, I'm going to do a big exhibit, and there'll be an image from each one of these ladies shoot, and then they'll get and it'll be huge, and it'll be a special location, whether at a venue or whatever, and they can invite their family and friends and let them see their journey of where they've come from then to now.
Wow.
So if you're a woman over 40, call me, please.
Yes.
So that'll be launching December 1st.
I love
so
that.
I'm super excited.
Man, I don't
Look,
turn
do I
40 for
count?
2 years. Like, I want to
I
be
get in
involved.
on this. I turned 40
Yes.
in January.
Yes.
Like,
Yes, this will be going for a while until I get all 40 in
man.
there. So yes.
Yeah.
And your moms, your grandmothers, your aunts.
I would love for my mom to participate in something.
That would
like
be
so
amazing.
that would be
yeah.
so dope.
Yeah.
That is going to be beautiful.
Yes.
And it's going to be huge.
Absolutely.
It's going to be
And this is for women all over.
all
not just East
over,
Texas.
not just East
Okay.
Texas, wherever they're at. I mean, I don't care if you want to drive from Oklahoma, from New York. I don't care. Come see me. We'll make the full experience. You'll still get the same treatment. And like I said, when we have the exhibit and whatever night we have it on, bring your husbands, bring your daughters, bring your granddaughters, bring your
Yes.
grandmothers.
I love that.
Whoever you want to bring some people with you and let them see, because this is to celebrate your life.
Mhm.
So whoever you want to see your journey and show your journey to, bring them.
Yes.
Gonna
And
be
see,
fun.
I love that. That's something different because most family members, they don't get together until it's somebody's funeral.
Yes.
So
Yes.
true.
You
But
need
you're
to celebrate their life.
celebrating life and their beauty and
Yes.
all of
Their
their
whole
livelihood,
journey.
their
Yep.
whole journey in
Mhm.
something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's an amazing
Yep.
project.
Yes.
I'm so excited, and I've been working on this for a while now, and just trying to get all the details together. And now that I'm launched, it's like,
Yes.
oh,
I love it.
So I've got some awesome stuff that's going to be coming out. Thank you. Super excited. It'll be all over social media really soon and the website. So December 1st.
December 1st.
Keep your eye out.
40 over 40.
Yes.
Beauty campaign.
Yes.
And you heard it first on
Yes.
Bam Woman
First.
Magazine Show.
Yes.
Yes, excited.
Yes, indeed.
Thank
well,
you.
thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
y'all.
It's been an
I'm
absolute
excited.
pleasure to have you.
It was
I
enjoyable.
wish we had more time to talk to you because I
Yeah.
know there's so much
I know.
for us to
I'll
learn.
come back.
Look, part 2.
Come back.
Part 2.
Yes.
At the end of this whole
Yes,
campaign, we'll have to
yes.
do it
For
right
sure.
before the exhibit. We'll have to celebrate it.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And maybe you ladies will be in. Yeah.
Y'all stay tuned for that.
Thank
Cover
you.
it in the magazine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes,
Put me on the
definitely.
front page.
In the magazine.
Yes. Yes.
We have 2 more front covers that are available.
For sure. So hey,
Stay
jump on there,
tuned.
girl. Jump on it.
Thank y'all so
Yes.
much for having me. I appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Well, thank you for being a
Thank
part
you.
because people need to see everything that's going on
Oh, yeah.
in East Texas, and not just in East Texas, but all over
All
the
over.
place.
You know,
Yes.
I'm a
know?
Texan, born in Fort Worth, raised in East Texas, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
I love Texas, and
Yeah.
I want to touch everybody in Texas, especially them
I hear
ladies.
you. I hear you.
Yes.
And I do photograph men too, by the way. But women
all
are
about
special
us.
place in my heart.
It's all about
Yes.
us. No.
Yes.
But bring me the husbands and the daddies and stuff. I'll shoot them too.
Yes, for sure. For sure. Well, thank you so much
Thank
for joining
you.
us. And you'll be back. We know
Yes,
you'll be
yes,
back.
We'll be back.
absolutely.
But y'all love on her. Go to her website, www.jmestudios.com.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
y'all say bye. Not goodbye, but
Bye.
bye to Miss Jamie.
Until then.
She'll be back. All right, guys. Y'all peep the commercial. Let me see if I can find it first. Hold up.
You're right.
There we go.
Love I can get.
Hey, what's
We
up,
are
everybody?
back. Thank
Look,
you
we
for
have a new
joining
face.
us for our second half of the show.
Yeah.
We have the beautiful Miss Michelle Franklin.
Thank you, honey.
She is the owner and founder of Devine Intervention.
Yes.
And she's also an RN here in Tyler, Texas.
21 years.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, yeah, we got to dig in. We
Yes.
have definitely got to
In the
dig
medical
in.
field.
Yes. So I have been a nurse for 21 years now. I started, and that was, I feel like, God's divine intervention in my life
Mhm.
after my husband came home and was like, he didn't want to be married anymore.
Whoa.
I'm not throwing you under the bus. I'm just saying
Ah!
it happened. It was what it is, what it is. It's what happened.
Yeah.
And so, trying to figure out, how am I going to raise this little 2-year-old baby? What am I going to do? What am I going to, and I was in this home with these disabled children. This foster family had like 6, 7, 8 disabled children. They were kind of rotate in and out. And I was taking care of a young lady, and the mother really encouraged me to go to nursing school. She was like, "You're a natural." Because I was just like a home health aide at that point,
Yeah.
just trying to figure it out. And I was like, okay, I always wanted to do something, but I wasn't really sure. And so I went on to TJC and went through the LVM program, and that was a rough year, and just kind of found my way that way. Just
Yeah.
the teachers really encouraged us to go back to school and get your RN. They were always like, don't stop.
Yeah.
They said if you stop, you get complacent,
Right.
you won't finish. And that happens with a lot of us, right? We're like, oh my God,
Mhm.
we've been doing stuff for so long. So
Yes.
yeah. So I feel like that. So I skipped the part. Let me say this because I think this is really important. I was in the program. The program is 1 year. The LVN program is 1 year. And I hurt my leg. I fell one morning. I was running. I had a really bad sprain. I failed the test. Everything is pass or fail. And I was like, Lord, what happened? And I failed the test and I was like, oh my God. And so I never got my grade point average back up. So you had to have a 76 to stay in the program. I had a 75.4.
What?
Crazy, right?
Ah, man.
75.4. And I'm like, oh God, come on. Like, I need this. Like, I got to provide for this girl. I'm thinking this is going to be my stability. Like, what in the world? And so I remember that next year when I came back, it was like, it didn't matter if I took my finals or whatever, like I was going to pass. Because before I was working, I was going to school. I was just like trying to run and just trying to keep my head above water.
Right.
That next year, I got really intentional about my life. I have to pass. This is not optional.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it's crazy that now I'm on this intentional healing journey, and that's what I teach because I'm like, God has had this whole thing all along, and I didn't know.
Yeah.
And so but when I got intentional that year, man, I didn't even have to take my finals. I would have got an A.
Wow.
It would not have mattered, so I was like, honey, it doesn't matter what comes my way. I'm passing, but it is that thing about getting intentional, about your life. So I'd come back and throw that in there because that was important.
Yes, very
So
important.
yeah.
So you just had to kind of let go of
Definitely.
your thoughts and everything that you had going on and just kind of follow what he had for you.
And understanding that, that when I say God's divine intervention in our lives, it is one of those things where I didn't even realize. Like, is it happenstance that I end up at this house taking care of these disabled children? Is it happenstance that this mother just encouraged me to go to nursing school? You'd be a great nurse. Is it happenstance that I'm like, man, I really, really love this. I really am good at, this is great. You are natural. Like, is that happenstance? Because I just don't believe in coincidences. Like, only God's divine intervention in our lives, whether you recognize it or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. So that's the biggest thing.
So hence the name of divine intervention. So
Yes,
tell us a little bit
ma'am.
about that.
So I came up with divine intervention because I had just kind of looking back over life. And it was little instances like this where I realized it's so many little things that are going on. Not a coincidence. It's the people that I've met, just the journey that I've had. And so I got kind of complacent about 6 years ago. I came here because I was in Baltimore, Maryland, and I moved here because my dad had 2 strokes. And so I moved to try to, help take care of my dad. And so, but, you find yourself in this place where you thought you came for one thing and it doesn't really, stuff is looking a little different.
Girl, you ain't got to tell me.
Right. And so it's like, well, Lord, if I'm not here for this, then what am I here for? And I literally moved across the country. So it was just like from Baltimore to Texas, like, so what is this? And so it was this depression and this anxiety that came over me. My big mama passed. My father that raised me, my dad in Baltimore that, raised us, he had passed suddenly. All of them was very sudden. I was like, what in the world? I started having panic attacks. It was a time frame in my life where it was so dark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was so dark. And, we walk around, we still trying to smile. Y'all know me, I'm a bubbly person, right? But I'm walking around. So when I'm outside, I'm good. I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But as soon as I go home and I have to think about stuff and I'm dealing about things and have all that guilt and all of these things, life is thrown on you, the darkness comes, the sadness is there. You can't go to sleep. All of that stuff. I would get up in the morning. I was having panic attacks before I went to work.
Oh my God.
I was like multiple. I couldn't get to work on time. Like I was just like at one point I was just like, just fire me because I don't even Like, I can't, like,
Oh my
because
goodness.
the other part was I was so ashamed of it. I wasn't really talking about it and I wasn't communicating. So I would just show up. You know what I mean? I would just be like,
Mhm.
well, I'm late. You know what I mean? So, and I didn't talk about it. So it was one of those things where I realized, one, I need some help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Recognizing that thing, I need some help. Um, and then that I'm not the only one going through this. Like,
Right.
we sit up and we think that we're the only ones going through stuff, and we're so embarrassed about whatever it is.
What is it with our culture
You
in
know what I
there?
mean?
Like,
And God forbid you be a Christian and
Man.
Oh,
and
yeah.
be depressed. Oh no, you can't
oh
have
no,
any of
that's the
that stuff.
devil. That's
That's
the
just,
devil.
you know. And
Yeah.
so it was all of that stuff.
Mm.
But I got to a point where in Baltimore, before I came down here, I was a manager of an outpatient department. I'm like this, honey. I got 20 different outpatient specialty clinics. I got GI, I got obesity clinic, I got the psych clinic, I have cardio, I got all of this stuff going. I have 15 people that I'm responsible for. I have a satellite place I hit. I'm like this,
Wow.
right? I come down and now I'm sitting in my reality, honey. I'm like, I can't get out the bed.
Wow.
Who is this person?
Mm.
Where am I? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so I had to get intentional about my life, where I was really focused on everyone else, things that I had no control over.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, Lord, let me just be still.
Mm-hmm.
Let me be still and get intentional about my life. And so in 2019, I just went on this intentional healing journey. I said, Lord, okay, I've tried everything.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried everything that I know what to do. I'm going to turn this thing over to you. And I said, okay, what will you have me to do? And probably about 2 days passed, and my cousin called me and she said that they were going to be doing this fasting group. Okay, Lord, I guess I'm supposed to be fasting. I don't believe in coincidences. I guess I'm supposed to be fasting. So they said we're gonna fast for 3 days. I was like, this is great. I'll fast for 3 days. That's great. Okay, that sounds great. Fast for 3 days. I joined the group. Every day the time frame changed. Right. So every day it was, oh, we're gonna do 7 days. Okay. I fasted for 7 days. It's no big deal. Okay, that's cool. Then it was, we're gonna do 10 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
It went all the way 14, like every day it was something different. Like, you log it on Facebook, like, okay, what is it today? Every day it was something different. It went to 20, we're gonna water fast. 21 days. They were like, you gonna do it? I'm like, listen.
Look, I don't even know.
At that point, I was so disgusted with myself, because I think you have to get to a point where you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
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 Right?
Yeah.
You have to, like, you can't, nobody fix this thing for you.
Nobody
Whatever
but
the crazy is,
you.
no one can fix it. So I was so at a place where I said, Lord, whatever you take me to. So if you took me to this 21-day fast, if this is what you want me to do, then that's what I'm doing.
Right.
So every day they changed it. They was like, you doing it? I was like, whatever y'all come up with, that's what I'm doing. Every day. Did 21 days on water easily.
Wow.
And have never felt so amazing in my life. The clarity that came, it was just a whole nother level. And I said, okay, Lord. Then I started seeing all these things. I kept seeing this t-shirt. I kept seeing Romans 8:28. Romans 8:20. What is that? Like, I don't even know what that is. What is it? I look it up. All things are working together for the good of those that love the Lord. Right? I'm like, oh, that's my life. Okay. I'm supposed to put that on a t-shirt? I don't know nothing about it, but okay.
Look, whatever you want me to do.
You know what I mean? And I mean, it just started that way. And I just started being obedient. I cut me off. Okay, Lord, what do you want me to do? And they say when you fast, they call it the third eye. It opens up. It's like all of the visions and all of the things. Like, I had so much stuff coming. I couldn't even, like, I'm sleeping with my pad, like,
Wow.
writing down, because I still can't, because I still continue to fast.
Yeah.
So I can't keep up with it. I'm like, Lord Jesus, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
So how important is fasting to you?
at this point, it is, I mean, tremendous. I'll say it's one of the things that just saved my life. At this point, for my birthday this year, it's a group that you fast with. I don't recommend doing a 21-day fast like by yourself. Like, some
Right.
people try to fast and just do this like intermittent thing, or do this fad diet, or it's not a diet. It is very much a spiritual thing.
Yeah. It's a cleansing.
It is a cleansing of
Mhm.
just the physical gook and the emotional gook in your life. I call it in the pit of the belly stuff.
Right.
In the fasting, I healed from the molestation. In the fasting, I healed from the rape. In the fasting, I healed from forgiving myself that at 14 years old, I got pregnant the first time I had sex and I had an abortion. I was holding myself hostage to stuff I didn't even know.
Right.
I was feeling guilty about somebody that raped me, for like it was my fault. You know what I mean? It's all these things, and I didn't even know it. This is the most
My
important
God.
part I want people to understand, is that you are holding yourself hostage to stuff sometimes you don't even know it. If someone would have asked me if I had an issue with unworthiness, I'm like, girl, bye.
Right.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Not me.
Look, not I said the cat. Y'all remember that book?
Right.
Not I said the cat. No.
Yeah.
But when I went back and got really intentional about my life and about my healing, about the decisions that I was making, because, ooh, baby, when you go get to looking in the mirror,
Ooh. Listen. We ain't gonna talk
Mirror.
about that mirror.
Right.
when you get to
Start
looking
seeing
in the
stuff.
mirror, you really start seeing stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, and it's the only way that I think that you can really release yourself, break free. What are you holding yourself hostage to? And generally, it's not just one thing. Like, I thought the weight, I was 270 some pounds. And I thought, once I went to this conference, this women's conference, and I was like, oh, thank you, Lord, I went to this conference. For me, in my head, and this is what, here we go with the Devine. For me, in my head, I said, oh, I'm going to go support this baby over here. You know me, I'm always supporting somebody. Let me go over here and support this baby over here. I'm not going to the stuck conference because I'm stuck in anything. Not me. No, I'm not
Listen.
stuck. I'm going to
But
the
you going to
conference
support.
to support this baby over here, because she
God
doing
said,
great
oh, okay.
things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what you think you're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. I get over to the stuck conference. They say, name 3 things that you're stuck in. So my weight and, finances, and I can't even remember the 3rd thing, but whatever. And so it's like, when did it start? How long have I been fat? I don't know. That's what I'm thinking about. Let me think about this thing now, because I ain't always been this big. Let me think about it. I'm going back in the Rolodex, back and back and back. When did it start? I was in my 20s, right after the divorce, the very first relationship that I was in. You know what I mean? This guy took advantage of me. I said no, and he did not, And so I started seeing, when I prayed about it, and I didn't connect the two. So here, that happened in my 20s. I never told anybody about it. I was in nursing school. That was my first year. I got to take care of this baby. I ain't got time to be thinking about this. I got to study. I got to test.
You got stuff to do.
I got to go to work.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that what we do? Like, you don't process that thing, right? And so here I am now. The Stuck Conference was 6 years ago when I first moved here.
Wow.
When I moved back. I'm 44 years old. I was 38. So you're talking over 18 years of holding. I call it like pushing. That's why I say, what's in the pit of your belly, like pushing all this stuff down.
Yeah.
I just pushed it down. Like, what else are you pushing down?
And a lot of us do that.
We do that. We push it.
I mean, guilty here. I mean,
Yeah.
you just push it down.
You ain't got time. You
Eventually,
keep
you just don't
moving.
think about it anymore.
But when you think about it, where's most of your weight?
In the belly. In the belly.
What's in the pit of your belly, boo? what's in the pit of your belly.
Wow. And
Yeah.
that's what you spoke about
Yeah.
in the Black CEO Iconic.
Yes.
So
At Success Fest. Yes.
yes.
What's in the pit of your belly. That was so freeing for me.
Mhm.
One, to just release, breaking all the stigma is what I am really, really focused on.
Mhm.
Breaking the stigma for us, for African Americans, for women, just for people in general that live in shame
Mhm.
and guilt and
Mhm.
all of that, because it is that thing. I feel like people look at me and are like, oh no, there's no way she could be going through anything. She looks good.
Mhm.
She's great all the time. She's always smiling. I'm like, oh boo, let me tell you.
You got time? Look,
Right.
you got time? You
I
wanna
was
sit
on
down and talk
medication
about
for
it?
this smile, baby. I was on medication. Now I have gone 2 years and I've fasted and I've prayed and I'm off my medication. That was like my birthday present to myself, was a 42-day fast.
Wow.
And it was a group of us, and this amazing young man, Christopher Aaron, he's walking in his purpose, um, leads these fasting groups, and 42 days. And I have never experienced, and like I thought the 21 day was something,
Yeah.
but the 42 day, it really, really freed me. It released me. I mean, the joy that I have in my spirit right now, I feel like before when I was smiling, I was smiling because I'm supposed to be smiling, I'm supposed to be laughing, I'm supposed to be doing this.
Mhm.
And now it's so in my spirit.
It's genuine now.
Oh, baby, thank you, Jesus. For this
Listen,
joy.
so how important is it to just let that stuff go? Because I mean, we hold stuff
Yes.
in.
Yes.
We really do.
Yes.
And it is because of shame. It is because
Yes.
we don't want people judging us. But
Yes.
to the viewers that suffer that, how important is it now that you see the other side
Mhm.
of it? How
Mhm.
important is it to talk to somebody?
It's amazing, because I was just having this conversation with someone I love, and we were talking about how, I have a group from Success Fest. I created a group because I just wanted to help people to heal, right?
Mhm.
So I created this group called Reflections, and it's like a 30-day intentional healing. Like, you are at a point where you're like, okay, I'm ready to look at
Mhm.
some things with me, and I'm ready to change, because it is important. You don't even realize that you're killing yourself.
Wow. From the
Literally
inside out.
from the inside
Yeah.
out. My one of my partners, in Reflection, Maisha, she teaches about how we are energetic beings, and how what we allow, that negative energy, the stress, the shame, the
Mhm.
embarrassment, like all of that negative energy in you creates what? Thyroid issues, the high blood pressure, the cancers. That, like, there are studies out there that say that just heartbreak causes kidney tumors.
Wow.
Wow.
I
You
didn't
know
know
what I
that.
mean? Like, it's so much, it is so much info. And I'm like, man, we need this information out here. So now what am I doing? Putting together books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I
Yeah.
got to get this information out to the people that I love and the people that I know, the people that, I need to get this information out, because we don't know that it's all connected. Your mind, your body, your spirit, it is all connected and intertwined. We're going into the holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
And for some, everybody's like, oh, it's Christmas. But we think about where we are right now, and how many people have passed away from COVID.
It's different.
Prior to COVID,
So different this
just
year.
even losing someone, having that loss, and people are going to be grieving. Like, some people, this is happy, but this is one of the most saddest seasons. Going into the holiday season, you think about how many people that you've lost.
Yeah.
And so I have my free webinar for that I did with Success Fest, where I talk about grief and the different stages of grief, because I thought that I was just going through depression.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I, started being intentional, I started learning and just doing more research, I realized it wasn't just depression, it actually is grief. Grief is any type of loss. So it was the loss of the relationship that you thought that was going to be. It was the loss of this life that you thought you were going to have.
Right.
It may be, the loss of a child, or the loss of, it's whatever the loss is for you.
Right.
And then a lot of people, like I said, have had multiple losses. and we're not dealing with that.
Mm-hmm.
We're just moving on,
Right.
you know. And depression is a stage of grief. There's, 5 to 7 stages that I speak about, in the webinar. And so it's just so important. I think once we educate ourselves, once you educate and you acknowledge, then you can do some work.
Right.
Like, it really is just that easy, but you have to start with knowing. And so I'm like, okay, that's my role. I'm a nurse. I love to educate.
Wow.
Let me educate my community on this thing.
Yes. People need what you have and what you
Yes,
have to
indeed.
offer.
Girl.
So you talk about Success Fest.
Yes.
So how has your life transformed since Success Fest?
Oh my gosh.
Because that's a really big event.
It
That's
is
a
a
huge
huge
event.
event.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. It is
Yes.
so huge. And what's so crazy is that I almost didn't do it. It was so much adversity. And so I just want to tell people what I feel like is anytime that you have something that you want to do and some adverse something comes up, for me, that's my number one, okay, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you ever working this hard to kind of deter me from this thing,
That part.
to frustrate me, so I'll take a breath. Okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm walking in my purpose. This is great. The crazy, okay, I got it, but it's great.
Count it all joy. Is what it says.
So what happened with Success Fest is I had a wonderful producer. His name was Terrence Leffridge, and he is involved in all of these other things. And I think because of how we work together, he has invited me to speak on other stages. I've been kind of invited to, other, which gives me more exposure.
Mm-hmm.
And now coming up,
I love it.
I'm so excited about this. So coming up for your holiday season, I have always said your girl want to be an author. So there is 5 other amazing people in this book that we are part of, this anthology, and it is called You Are Unstoppable, honey.
Okay.
It's never too late. So I'm so excited about that.
Congratulations.
Got me a chapter in the book.
Okay.
And so, and I'm speaking about just God's divine intervention in our lives. Probably about 2 years ago, I got really, really sick, had a hysterectomy, almost passed away. And so that was one of the things that started me, the fast that started me like, okay, Lord, because I was sitting in the bathroom, like I literally thought I was out of here.
My God.
But God had already given me a vision. I already saw stages. I saw, all of the stuff I was supposed to be doing. So I was so confused. I'm like, wait a minute, Lord, like they're telling me, like I feel like, but you said, and I know you've shown me. So this can't be. And I literally went in the bathroom. I put my music on and I just started having a conversation with him. Like, listen, I know I'm not supposed to. Okay. You know what I mean? Like it literally turned me around. I said, okay, Lord, that's when I literally was like, whatever you have me to do. Because it was literally like, the depression, the anxiety, the panic, you're wasting time.
Yeah. Worried about stuff
you're taking time for granted. Yes. You're wasting time and you're taking time for granted. Life is precious. And I didn't bring you here for the anxiety. I didn't bring you here for the panic attacks. You have purpose in you. You have purpose in you. All you out there, beautiful people, you have purpose in you. He didn't bring us here to suffer. And it's like once you get that, because it really is us, we're making the decision to worry. He said, if I took care of the birds, is that your Bible?
Girl.
That's my Bible, baby. If
That's
I took care of the birds, baby, what make you think?
Yeah.
I'm not going to take care of you. And like, even if you don't believe, like he's still there to take care of you.
He still loves you regardless.
He still loves you regardless. So, that's been one of the biggest things. It was like me sitting in that room and having that conversation. I literally had a ball of bacteria in my belly.
Wow.
The doctors wasn't listening. I'm telling them what the problem is. They're like blowing me off. It was a hot mess. I'm like, this is how I have gone to lunch and came back and people have died. Like seeing people like as a nurse, you know what I mean? Like I've gone to lunch, seeing a man sitting up when I left. He's sitting up watching TV. I come back, he's in the body bag. And for me, I'm like, this is how people die. So I was really the knowledge for me when you're watching people in the sickness, like the knowledge, it's a gift and a curse.
Mm-hmm.
Things come really, really easily for me. So I knew what was wrong with my body, but the doctors were not listening. So that was consuming me. I'm like, oh my God, they're not listening. I'm gonna die. You know what I mean? Like they're not listening. I was so consumed. So, but just going in that bathroom, having a little talk with Jesus, like my big mama would say. And he healed me from that thing.
That's
And
amazing.
so
That is
I love your
Yeah.
work. I've it's the growth for me.
yeah.
Because when I met you, I could definitely tell you were in a different space.
Yeah.
And to see you
Definitely.
now and to see you pushing past everything that has
Yeah.
been trying to attack you, I
Oh
love
my
it.
gosh. Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
I love it.
Congratulations.
I
Yeah.
That's just-
absolutely love it.
Thank
It's
you.
beautiful.
Yes, it
Thank
is.
you.
It is. So
Thank
y'all make
you.
sure that
Yes.
y'all get in touch with her.
Yes.
Whatever. I mean, everybody is going through something.
Exactly.
It's like you said, the holidays are probably the worst.
They are.
And this year is probably the
It's
hardest
gonna be the
year
hardest. Yeah.
that, people, I mean, because there was death everywhere this
Everywhere.
last year, 2 years.
And
Mhm.
certain things trigger during the holidays.
Yes.
Exactly.
Memories,
Exactly.
smells,
Absolutely.
places, and-
Exactly.
yeah,
Food,
so
you know, I
Exactly.
mean, with
everything.
Thanksgiving and Christmas, those meals, you're gonna
Exactly.
miss those meals because of those people that
Yeah.
cooked
Exactly.
them and they're not there anymore.
Exactly. That's exactly the first I had. It's amazing how God's timing works. So when my panic attack started, it was the week of Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
It was that Monday prior to Thanksgiving. And I was thinking about my dad. My stepdad had passed, and I was thinking about him being on the back porch frying turkeys. I thought about my brother. My baby brother is home. You know, he's still in the house. He's going to be alone. What is he going to do? You know, I had consumed myself. I had just started working at Christus. And so I was just kind of like, I can't go home. I was home for the funeral for 2 weeks.
Mhm.
That was unexpected. And so I didn't have any PTO. I can't go there and be with him. And I just consumed my mind. So I literally was driving and couldn't breathe. Felt like I was underwater. I'm literally at a light. And I'm like, can't breathe all of a sudden.
Wow.
And I'm like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like I was having like an out of body experience.
Yeah.
And I called my cousin, and my cousin was telling me what to do. And what was so crazy was that we were just talking about like people that had betting. And I was like, man, that's crazy. I would never, I don't know what I would do. You know what I
Child,
mean?
you
And
better
here we
not-
go.
Woo!
And I was
That
like,
word.
oh my
Listen,
goodness.
let me tell you that word, never.
Surely.
Oh, you ain't never? Oh,
Right.
okay.
Let me
show you something.
Right. Exactly. I was like, oh my God.
Yes.
Literally had 6 or 7 that day, like driving to work. Like I pulled over, finished the one, and I was like, okay, I think it's done. I went down the street, drove. Thankfully, I had just dropped my daughter off at camp. Drove down to my job, pulled up, couldn't get out the car. One of my coworkers was running late, and she saw me. I was like, help me, you know, like trying to
my
talk but couldn't talk.
God.
You know what I mean? And it just was like a downhill spiral from there. But it was the holidays that
Yeah.
started, you know, it was just the thought, and it was me in my mind. So what I talk about in what's in the pit of your belly with my Success Fest and the webinar is I was so consumed with all of those thoughts and so consumed on, you know, I had moved down here to Texas, and my dad was supposedly better. He was in the hospital, but he's supposed to be better. But, you know, prior to that, anytime that he was sick, I would be there, I would figure it out. You know what I mean? And here now I've moved and I wasn't there and I couldn't fix, so that guilt, right? And that was really, really consuming me. So what I talk about in Success Fest is instead of wallowing in that what if, you know what I mean?
That's a dangerous spot.
We can't fix it. Like we can't. And I think we get stuck there in that what if. So instead of wallowing in that what if I just think about it another way? You know, 2022 shift 2021, shift your mindset. That's been my theme for the years. How can I shift my mindset to look at this thing a little bit differently? So would my dad want me in his name Will my big mama want me in her name, in darkness, anxiety, the panic? Would she want me stuck in this complacent place? No, they want what's best for me.
Right.
They want me to shine. They want me to glow. What can I do to honor them? Oh, okay, I could do what I do best. I can teach. I can educate. I can say, hey, I know I look perfect, but I'm not. It's okay. And
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've done some stuff I didn't really know what I was doing, but I did it anyway, and it's working out.
Yeah.
You can too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I took one step and God took two.
Yeah.
I'm an example. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's in my control.
Right.
I can do what's in my control because that other stuff is not serving me. And then what I learned when I really got intentional about my healing is that when you walk in your purpose, you inspire others to walk in theirs. So everybody that helped me along the way was walking in their purpose. The person, Chris, that was doing the fasting. I met a guy, Vancito. He's my partner in Reflections right now. He taught me mirror work. He took me to Lisa. Lisa was walking in her purpose. She taught me breath work. You know what I mean? I met Maisha. Maisha taught me, you know what? When you have trauma in your life, you have a split. And then sometimes your body responds in that way as if you were that age. So say I was 14 when I got pregnant. If I have a trigger, like you were talking about, it's holidays, I'm around that time or whatever, I respond and act as if I'm that same 14-year-old.
Wow.
So I close down. The fear comes. It consumes your mind.
I never thought of it like
that's
that, but
deep.
that is so true.
Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
You do go back to that person.
Walking in your purpose, right? So when you walk it, when people are walking, so
Wow.
what can I do? I can walk in my purpose so that I can inspire some other people to walk in theirs.
Tell your story.
Right.
Yes.
Tell your story. Absolutely.
It's just as simple as that.
Oh, I love it. I
Divine,
cannot
baby.
wait. Listen, I cannot wait for this book.
That's
I
divine
need
intervention right
everything
there.
that you're talking about. It's like everybody needs that to some extent. So definitely reach. Okay, so how can people reach you?
So right now I am revamping my website because I'm getting ready for the holiday season.
Come on, holidays.
So, but it is Michelle Michelle
Okay.
Divine Intervention dot online. MichelleDI.online is my website, and I have the anthology that I have a chapter in there about the bacteria, but then I have series. God has given me, like, I thought it was supposed to be one book, but He's given me like a series.
Nice.
Of books, and so I'm gonna do What's in the Pit of Your Belly. It's coming. So I have the ebook from Success Fest.
Yeah.
That's gonna be released soon.
Listen, I see a show.
I do too.
That's funny.
You
You
do
said that.
lives already.
I did do
Yeah,
lives.
you do Facebook Live.
I see a show, like, for real,
Yeah.
and you
Sweet
have different
sweet,
people
sweet,
coming
sweet.
in and talking
Love it.
about that.
Yes.
Girl, yes.
I see that too.
Yeah.
Come on, confirmation. Come on, confirmation.
Yeah, you know I'm gonna put it out there if I see it. I'm gonna put it out there.
I love it. I love it. Yes, yes. So reflections is one of the things I said, as you know, getting intentional about your life. We did a group right after Success Fest. I was very inspired. I thought, oh, I'm just supposed to speak and teach. And then I thought, I was so inspired. I was like, well, I got to give him some kind of resolution. So what I've done is I partnered with Vancito, one of the guys who helped me, very strong individual, and Maisha, and what we're calling reflections. And it is that look in the mirror and being intentional. It's a 30-day healing journey that, you know, we facilitate with you, and that's not free, but
And
but
it shouldn't be.
but guess what? Because I feel like, you know, we always want a discount and we always want things to be free, but for what you're getting, we're not charging much. You know what I mean? Like, for what you're getting. So my next course starts January the 4th.
Okay.
And so And I'll be back and discuss a little bit about that
Yes.
in
Yes.
December when we get a little bit
Yes.
closer. And so
I'm
Van and
excited
Maisha
about
will
it.
be on
Yes,
via
I'm
I
excited
can't wait
about
with
to
that
meet
show.
that.
them.
So
Look,
Yeah.
you have talked highly about them, so I'm
yes,
excited. If
I
Yes.
y'all are
love them.
watching, listen, we're excited to have y'all on the
Yes.
show. I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely.
Yes.
That's gonna be dope.
Yes.
That is definitely gonna be
But yeah,
dope.
next month she'll be
Yes.
back.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I'm excited.
Awesome.
I'm excited. God is
Ah,
amazing.
yes.
That divine intervention is real, honey. It
Mhm.
is real.
It'll knock you down.
Knock it down, baby, and pick you back up
Yes,
again.
it will.
So
Yes,
Well, thank you for
yes.
joining us
Yes.
today and
Yes.
sharing your testimony and just
Thank
everything that you
you.
have going on.
Yes, indeed.
Thank
you.
you.
Is there anything else that you want to share before we go?
Well, again, I'm updating my website, so please check that, and you can find me on Facebook at Michelle Di, and then I have a page, Divine Intervention, and that is Devine because Di wasn't available, not because I can't spell divine.
That's all
So
right. That's all right.
Being
gotta
unique
go,
and
but you gotta go
different.
with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's all good.
Absolutely. All right. Well,
Thank
there
you,
you have it,
ladies.
folks. We love Miss Michelle. She's been around for a long time, and we're glad to see her on our platform, and hopefully we'll get to be on
Yeah.
hers. So.
Yes. Yes.
All right, y'all. We love y'all. We hope that you have enjoyed this show. We're not going to hold you any
Yes.
longer. Stay tuned for everything that we have coming up.
Yes.
Go to the website. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yes. And we have the career exhibit, Lord, exhibition.
And what is an exhibit?
Headshot Clinic this Tuesday at
I'm gonna be a part of it.
Hampton Inn
Look for my
Suites
pics.
and Tyler, Cumberland
Yes.
Palace. So if you
Yes,
need
I'm
some
excited
photos,
about
if
that.
you're looking for a job,
Yeah.
Hampton Inn is hiring. There's a catering business that will be there, and they are hiring, looking
Nice.
for employees. So
That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
there's a lot of places that are hiring in the area and just
Mhm.
all over. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Come out,
Yeah.
take a look, and get your pictures done because everybody
Yeah.
needs professional photos.
Yes, honey.
they
Everybody.
do.
Yes.
So y'all coming out and see us. So
I'm coming.
Yeah.
Look, I'm
yes.
coming.
All right.
All right, y'all. We love y'all. Y'all have an amazing weekend. We'll see y'all next
Bye.